Hi there, I'm Hobo, and today I would like to discuss with you what it really means to win and to lose in Dead by Daylight. Traditionally, we've viewed escaping as a win on Survivor and getting kills as a win on Killer. These parameters for victory and defeat made sense to me at first because every game I've played until Dead by Daylight, there was an outcome to the match that determined a win or a loss, whether it's the Nexus blowing up in League of Legends or just losing all your lives in Super Smash Bros. Everything led up to this one end that would determine a clear winner and a clear loser. However, Dead by Daylight is not a traditional game and is not bound to traditional rules for winning and losing. In a traditional game, everything that occurs during a match, however interesting or boring or meta or off meta, all points forward to the end where victory or defeat is defined by the finish. Dead by Daylight turns this formula upside down on its head, and at the end of a match, it looks back to what occurred during the match to see how you played, what decisions you made, how actively you were participating, what plays were happening, for it to determine whether you won or lost, not based on the outcome of your match, but based by your performance during it. When a match ends as Survivor, you'll get just a factual message of whether you escaped or whether you died, but it doesn't define this as a win or a loss. Instead, it puts that escape or that death as part of an Emblem ranking that's only 1/4 of your total performance during the match and seen as neither superior nor inferior to the other aspects of your performance. When you end a match as Survivor, you'll just get a message at first that will say either you escaped or you died. But then afterwards, it won't tell you if that's a win or a loss. It will then go on to the next page, showing 4 categories of performance that the game looks back on. How bold were you? How altruistic were you? How objective-oriented were you? And of course, how well was your survival? But survival, dying or escaping, is only seen as 25%, 1/4 of your overall performance. Now, each category, objectives, survival, altruism, and boldness, you're all ranked on your performance in those categories from 1 to 4, represented by a bronze to a silver to a gold to an iridescent. You can actually die and you can get a silver emblem that is a 2 out of 4 for survival. And while you do that, you can get a 4 out of 4 boldness, a 4 out of 4 altruism, and a 4 out of 4 objectives, bringing your total emblems to 14 out of 16, meaning you had a fantastic performance during the game, and then the game considers that a win. It'll give you a pip up to a better rank, and it'll reward you with blood points, all while you died. The inverse is also true. You could escape and get a 4 out of 4 survival emblem, but a 0 out of 1 on your boldness, your generosity, and your objectives, meaning you escaped and you lost. That's revolutionary, where the game is so focused on the journey and not the outcome that you can have a favorable outcome and still lose the match. The reason it's so important to understand what winning and losing is in this game is to save ourselves a lot of unnecessary frustration and grief. If we played a match that the game says we won by rewarding us with emblems and a ton of blood points, why would we die and get frustrated and say to ourselves, "Oh, I lost"? The game didn't say you lost. It's only us, you, me, saying we lost. It's self-created frustration at a mechanic that doesn't even exist. We never lost, and yet we're frustrated that we lost. So understanding that you didn't lose means you're not going to get frustrated by thinking you lost when you didn't. Having performance-based victory conditions also discourages a lot of really boring gameplay. If I went down to the basement and camped as Bubba and got only 4 hooks but then 4 kills and I got a D pip or a safety pip, the game's saying, hey, you can do that, but you're cheating yourself out of victory. You were supposed to be a lot more active and engaging and interactive, but you weren't. So you didn't get those emblems. You didn't get those blood points. Yes, you got 4 kills, but no, you did not win the game. So by viewing all 4 categories as equal instead of elevating the kills, survival, and escape aspect as superior to the other 3, it enabled me to be a lot more free and fun in my games, to do whatever I wanted, and to go after different objectives that were outside the traditional norm. and in doing so, I've discovered a lot of really fun quote-unquote off-meta builds where, yeah, sometimes I still get the kills or escapes, but sometimes I just go down fighting hard and fighting fun, having a blast, and the game says, wow, you won. Look at all that you've accomplished. You were really interactive and skilled, and you did this and you did that. And sure, at the very end, the outcome wasn't part of your emblems, but everything else you did up to that point was considered a victory. And no other game has rewarded individual performance as much as Dead by Daylight in that regards. I think the hooks versus kills debate missed the point entirely and could never come to a good conclusion because it was both founded on the same incorrect premise that both parts of that debate agree that kills are wins. The only disagreement was how those kills came to be. I think there's a clue in the hooks camp though, because I think they're closer to the truth. They're realizing that the journey is as important as the destination, whereas kills by any means without caring about emblems and performance folk are maybe farther away from the truth. Having said that though, I really admire and enjoy Otzdarva's 50 win streaks. I personally consider them 50 kill streaks because I don't consider kills wins, but it's still a challenge, it's still an achievement, it's still enjoyable, and he and any other player totally have a right to elevate one emblem over the other three, and it can still be very engaging content that takes a lot of skill to achieve. So if a player wants to prioritize kills and escapes, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. What I am saying is that it's a subjective thing, not an objective thing, and that anyone watching this or playing the game themselves is not restricted to those win conditions. You can choose your own, and the game will reward you. Thank you.